the whole thing around. Well, we just arrived in Kodiak, and unfortunately we have lost about 60% of our bags are still in Anchorage, so including our guns, which is kind of critical. So we're gonna go figure out what they're gonna do for us and then go from there. So, all kinds of fun.
So I didn't grow up hunting at all. In fact, I hadn't even really done a whole lot outdoors. When I met Luke in 2006, he had a real passion for hunting and the outdoors and was excited to introduce me to that. And I was, I guess, brave enough to try. And so we started doing more and more hunting and backpacking trips together. Luke grew up hunting and lived, kind of a subsistence lifestyle. They primarily ate game meat when he was growing up, but he hadn't done a tremendous amount of backpack hunting before we met. And so that's something we sort of moved into together, where you're, hunting out of a backpack, carrying everything you need with you all the time. Luke had a rare Kodiak brown bear tag. Luke's fall tag also offered the opportunity for deer. And when his dad, Marty, decided to join us, I think deer took a little bit more of a focus. Of course, Luke would have taken a bear if the opportunity had presented itself, but we chose our hunt location based on the good access for deer hunting. In the rest of my life, I am a registered nurse and I work in cardiac care. Besides the folks I work with, also most of my female friends don't hunt. So I didn't really grow up in a hunting sort of environment. I didn't really know a lot of women who hunted. But when it's something that became a passion of mine, I really had a strong desire to encourage other women to think that they can do it. And I was not ever much of an athlete growing up. I had never fired a gun until I was, 22, 23 years old. In the last 10 years, it's become a real passion for me, hunting in the outdoors. And so I really like to try to do what I can to encourage other women to realize that they can get out there and they can do this. And if you put your mind to it and are interested and want to learn, you can really get out there and do a lot of cool things here in Alaska. We had a chance to test out a new tent on this trip. We picked up a 12 by 12 extreme weather tent, or XWT, for this trip, and We always bring more than one shelter with us to Kodiak. So we brought the 12x12 XWT, and then we also brought a smaller sleeping tent that Luke and I shared. So the 12x12 XWT served as our cooking and hangout tent, and then Marty and Tim slept in there, and Luke and I slept in the smaller shelter to the side. We're pretty pleased with the amount of floor space it provides already. As you can see, we've got a couple of cots stacked up in here, and should provide more than enough room for 2 people to sleep in here and the 4 of us to hang out, cook, weather out a storm if that's what we need to do. The vestibule alone is plenty of space to throw gear. We got lucky in that it's not raining today. When we landed here, we had nice weather to set everything up, but that isn't always the case, and it sure would have been handy to be setting things up from in here and then shuttling them out as we needed them.
So we got most of the camp set up with the tents and sleeping bags and pads and all that good stuff, and got a little bit more organizing for gear, and then we might go for a walkabout, sit up on top of this hill and see what we can see. We've already seen 3 deer across the way over there, so that's encouraging. We can actually, that's really the only big game animal I'm aware of in Alaska that you can same day airborne hunt them, so that's kind of cool. We're pretty excited because in my opinion it's the best tasting meat in Alaska, so there's some tasty looking steaks over there walking around.
When we first got to our hunt location, one of the first things we did was go ahead and hike up to the nearest ridge line so we could get a better lay of the land. And we were definitely seeing deer on the far side of that ridge line, although once we got up there and started looking, we were actually also seeing some deer closer to camp as well.
It's bigger than the one I saw earlier.
But we were definitely seeing more deer and bigger deer on the far side of that hill. In a previous season, we had unsuccessfully hunted brown bear with Marty, and so he was game to come along for a repeat try at brown bear. We had a great time on the trip and we saw a lot of bears, but we weren't able to connect on bears on the previous trip Marty had joined us for.
As we're pulling up to the point, there's another bear like 800 yards up on the hill, but he's already coming out over in the rocks. And now he's up in the rocks, climbing up.
Wow. Some of the challenges on that trip were wind. We just encountered a lot of wind, and the wind was blowing our scent from our camp from one end of the lake where we were camped the whole length of the lake, and it made it really difficult for us to get on bears. We also had a little difficulty. We could see a bear, but they'd be at the far end of the lake, and we'd have to run the boat all the way down there, and by the time we'd get there, they'd either hear us or wind us and be gone. We definitely had some challenges hunting bears on that trip. For this trip, we were largely on foot as opposed to hunting from a motorized boat. And it was also a little bit later in the season, so the hours to hunt were definitely different. We were only working with daylight from about 9 a.m. to about 7 p.m. compared to a September kind of a trip where it's, light till 9 or 10 o'clock at night. We needed to be back to camp by like 7 p.m. if we wanted to avoid coming back in the dark.
Look how good that looks. Oh my goodness. Oh man, you're gonna be so dry. My goodness.
Prepping food for hunts, whether we're going the dehydrated route or whether I am fortunate enough to be able to bring real food from home, I spend a pretty good deal of my time planning that because of the number of trips that Luke and I take. And you're trying to make sure that you bring all the food you're going to need for all the members of your party for as long as you might stay, and at the same time be mindful of weight considerations. Learning to hunt and starting to explore the outdoors has opened up a whole new Alaska for me. I grew up here, but the experience that I've had in Alaska since I started doing things outdoors is totally different than anything that I had experienced before I started doing those things. The number of animals you can hunt, the number of places you can go and explore in Alaska, I mean, there just isn't enough time to explore them all and hunt them all. And so Alaska just really offers a lot of incredible opportunities for hunting and outdoor exploration. Luke had previously hunted this spot with a friend who had a bear tag in 2011, and they did a combo trip for bears and deer at that time. I think Luke was intrigued by the access, the area. You can really see a lot of area and you can really get into a lot of area. We had also heard that the deer population at that location had been increasing. We've had several mild winters, and that really helped the deer population to grow. So we were hopeful we could get some deer while at the same time hunting for bear.
And then work our way up to the alpine for like that. So be a good little jaunt, but at the pace we're moving, we'll just keep doing this, stopping the glass every 100 yards or so. It'll be easy going.
It was pretty clear that these deer had definitely been hunted and been pushed around a little bit, and it didn't mean that they were inaccessible, but it did mean that we had to kind of plan how we were going to go after them. You know, they were a little bit more skittish. You definitely had to learn to see them. Glassing for deer is different than glassing for other big game animals. They blend in very well with their surroundings and they can be difficult to see. And then they also didn't want to let us get a lot closer than maybe 300 or 400 yards from them. So that presented a little bit of a challenge. It was not an insurmountable obstacle, but we definitely had to be pretty careful with our stalking skills to get within range.
No shortage of deer in here. I think we haven't even really gotten to the valley yet. I think we've seen probably almost 10 already, so at least 2 bucks. We got 2 more further up the hill, so if we can have it work for us. Oh, there's another deer. Still 800 yards out. He's working his way down the hill, so we'll get a little closer to the end of this and stop the glass a little more seriously. We left camp about 2 hours ago and kind of slow on our way up here, stopping every 100 yards to look around. We saw quite a few deer. But now we're on top and it's really easy walking. We know we have deer in the valley that we walked up. We saw probably, 15 or so, and then we just are on a ridge between two valleys, and we see 3 more deer in here. 2 of them are for sure bucks. They just blend in so well, but the good thing is all the brush is out of our day until we decide to come off of here, so it's gonna be really easy walking and cover some country looking for some deer.
All of us went up to the ridge together and started seeing deer and figured out pretty quick that because these deer were a little bit on the skittish side, it was going to be a challenge for a party of 4 to get on a deer all at the same time. And it became pretty clear to us that it might be easier to hunt deer in smaller groups of 2 as opposed to 4 of us trying to sneak up on these skittish deer all at the same time.
Up and over the mountain. That's all we gotta do. And then back with the deer.
Or more.
Or more. I feel I'm gonna be losing the sweatshirt on the way up. It's so warm out.
Depends on how breezy it is.
All right. We got the GPS, so if we need to contact if you guys run into trouble. What's that?
They're not on right now.
I know.
No,
Do we want to make a plan, or?
I won't turn my radio on for another hour or so.
Well, I wouldn't even turn it on until maybe this evening, like around 4 o'clock, if you haven't seen us by then or something.
If there's even an issue. Okay.
So 4 o'clock, we'll turn them on if we haven't seen each other.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right.
Whack and stack. Luke and I were not at all unhappy about the idea of continuing to climb up that big hill. And I think Marty and our other partner, Tim, were content to look for deer a little bit closer to home.
Becca looked over and there was 5 deer, 2 of them were bucks. And they were just getting ready to go around the hill, and they were at just under 300 yards, and they were moving away on the skyline, so not an ideal shot placement or anything like that. So we let them go, and we're going to catch up with them later probably. They were just moseying. He said, but we're going to look at this other buck here in this other bull and see if we can make a play on him. If he's not in a good spot, we're going to go pursue these ones.
Well, the doe's laying down, the buck's behind her, but he's a little bit out of sight right now. Do we wait for those guys to come back from the backside of the yonder, or do we go after this one? That's the question. we got 2 deer to mess with now. I figured that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
I saw the doe standing there.
So the plan of attack went down accordingly.
Perfect. So it's the old geezer being patient, staying close, then running up and over the hills. And a little bit of luck and a little bit of prayer. A lot of that, really. His body is considerably bigger, isn't it?
Two by two.
2 by 2. This one doesn't count for anything. It's too small.
2.5 by 2.